Hey there, Dub Nation. When it comes to the Golden State Warriors, we've got a full list of NBA topics to dive into. First up, let's talk about the idea of bringing Cameron Payne on board with the Warriors. Payne is currently a free agent in the NBA after getting released. Now, as for Cameron Payne, he was let go by the San Antonio Spurs and is on the hunt for a new team. This guy has already proven himself as a solid backup point guard in the NBA, especially in recent times with the Phoenix Suns. And guess what? There's even a chance for him to reunite with Chris Paul right here in Golden State, even with Steph Curry leading the way. When we take a look at Payne's stats, they're pretty darn impressive. The guy is known for stepping up in critical moments, both in the playoffs and regular season games. While he may not be an exceptional defender, he leaves his mark on the court. Payne had to put in some serious work overseas before making his way back to the NBA, and over the past 2 years, he's been doing quite well, averaging over 10 points per game, dishing out around 5 assists, shooting at a 41% clip, and hitting a respectable number of three-pointers, especially considering the number of attempts. Now, the big question is, should Cameron Payne be Chris Paul's backup? Let's compare their stats from the 2022 to 2023 season. Chris Paul averaged about 14 points per game with 9 assists, shooting at 44%, and hitting 37.5% from beyond the arc. On the other hand, Cameron Payne averaged 10 points per game with a 41.5% shooting rate and nearly 37% from three-point land. It's a tough call. Who would you prefer as the backup point guard? And speaking of Chris Paul, there's been some speculation about whether he'll start playing for the Warriors. According to Mark Spears, there's a strong likelihood that he'll be in the starting 5, getting around 5 minutes of playtime per game. It's a strategy that might take some getting used to, and it's an intriguing experiment from coach Steve Kerr. Adapting alongside Steph Curry could pose a challenge, and the big question is how the rest of the team will react and play alongside Steph and CP3. Steph Curry's thoughts on the matter also carry weight. He acknowledges that there are questions about who starts and who closes out games, but he emphasizes that the team's ultimate goal is to win, and nobody wants that more than Chris Paul. In conclusion, the decision of whether to start Chris Paul or Cameron Payne will be a fascinating one for Coach Kerr. It's not always about who kicks off the game, but who finishes it, depending on the opponent. It's an exciting time for the Warriors as they grapple with these decisions for the upcoming season. Before we wrap up, share your thoughts in the comments below. Should Chris Paul start for the Dubs? Give it a thumbs up for yes or a thumbs down for no. And don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop on all things Golden State Warriors. And make sure to hit that like button and turn on notifications so you're in the know when we drop new updates. Thanks for tuning into Golden State Hoops News, and catch you next time. Go Dubs!